Pre-service teachers' implementation of formative assessment in English writing class. Mentoring matters. Introducing pre-service teachers to formative assessment earlier during their teaching practicum is crucial and arguably more effective than waiting until they enter into practice. Early exposure ensures they are more open to innovative teaching strategies. Central to the teaching practicum is the mentor-mentee relationship. The holistic mentoring model effectively captures the intricacies of the mentor-mentee relationship by focusing on three key dimensions: relational, developmental, and contextual. The relational dimension emphasizes the interpersonal nature of mentoring, requiring active contribution, maintenance, and development from both mentor and mentee. The relational dimension set the foundation for the other two dimensions. The developmental dimension caters to the personal and professional growth of both ments and mentors. It involves a range of activities, including reflection, sharing, guidance, and feedback, which facilitate professional advancement for both parties and in turn reinforces the relational dimension. The contextual dimension considers the external demands and factors associated with the roles, duties, and expected behaviors of a teacher. This dimension influences both the mentor and the mentee and also contributes to the relational dimension. Informed by previous research, Dr. Chin Xia from the Education University of Hong Kong and Miss Yi Chui from the University of Hong Kong conducted a multiple case study with three pre-service teachers, pseudo-named Amber, Betty, and Kathy. The three teachers implemented formative assessment strategies in their English as a second language writing classes during their teaching practicum at a secondary school in Hong Kong. The researchers aimed to answer two questions. How do pre-service teachers incorporate formative assessment strategies into their L2 writing instruction cycles? How do pre-service teachers, their mentors, and students evaluate the formative assessment strategies implementation of the pre-service teachers? Data collection included 17 lesson observations of all three teachers and 24 retrospective semi-structured individual interviews with the three student teachers, 3 mentors, and 18 students selected from 3 classes to represent the high, medium, and low achievers. The 8 formative assessment strategies developed by the researchers in their earlier study were used as the framework to code the observation data. Overall, the lesson observation data found the 3 teachers' design and implementation of formative assessment strategies appropriate and sufficient. Kathy's instruction cycle lasts 10 periods, and consists of 22 steps, and her students completed 3 drafts. At the pre-writing stage, she adopted 6 strategies, from 1 to 5 and 7. At the while writing stage, she adopted 3 strategies. At the post-writing stage, she adopted 2 strategies 7 and 8. Similarly, she skillfully adopted 1, 3, 5, 6, and 7 to facilitate the writing of the second and third drafts. Similar to Kathy, Betty and Amber could implement formative assessment strategies appropriately into their teaching. Both of them implemented 7 strategies except for FAS 8. This is because they did not implement multi-drafting and their students were not asked to revise their writing and incorporate teacher feedback before wrapping up the writing cycle and moving on to other things. In summary, all 3 pre-service teachers could adopt most of the formative assessment appropriately, although only Kathy was able to implement multiple drafting and used all 8 strategies. The interview data found that all 3 teachers were most satisfied with the pre-writing stage, during which they provided sufficient input and scaffolding to enable even the weakest students to write towards the targets. They were the least satisfied with the post-writing stage.
Students struggled with their self and peer assessments using the checklist, and did not effectively utilize teachers' feedback.
The interview data also suggests their teaching and formative assessment strategies have been welcomed by students, though not by all mentors. For example, both Kathy's mentor and students were highly positive about her teaching and the formative assessment strategies she implemented.
I want her to bring something new to our students. I got my degree decades ago, but I know things have been changing so fast and we really need to update our theory and practice.
Because of her mentor's open-mindedness, Kathy was able to design lessons based on her professional knowledge while still benefiting from her mentor's experience. Betty's experience was very different. When the researchers asked about the influence of her mentor on her teaching, to their surprise, Betty said,
"No influence at all. My mentor just wants me to do things more efficiently."
When invited to comment on Betty's performance, her mentor was not enthusiastic. However, Betty's students were very positive towards her teaching and her FA practice. Unlike practicing teachers, the challenges that pre-service teachers face seem to center on their mentors and their approaches to mentoring. Kathy's success stemmed from her mentor's open-mindedness, granting her autonomy and support, which nurtured mutual trust and professional growth, benefiting both their professional development and their students. In contrast, Betty faced challenges with a mentor who insisted on his teaching methods, leading to a strained relationship. Differing from Betty, Amber adapted herself to meet her mentor's expectations. She only implemented formative assessment pedagogies when her university supervisor came to visit. She balanced her developmental needs with the contextual demands to minimize conflicts. Based on the findings, the researchers proposed 3 suggestions. To start with, the university liaison office responsible for the teaching practicum should, at the outset, obtain a mutual understanding with partner schools regarding the developmental needs of the student teachers. Second, a dual-direction mentor-mentee relationship should be promoted to foster mutual respect and trust. Third, innovative pedagogy like formative assessment should be implemented in schools at an earlier stage where students do not have immediate pressure from public exams.